Long journey to an uncertain end. This one looked kind of interesting. A Long Journey to an Uncertain End is a narrative management space opera where you recruit eclectic crew members, explore the known and unknown galaxy, make choices to drive your journey, and escape the clutches of your abusive ex. Okay, it had me up into that last part, but let's see the trailer. Few jobs at the town square. Honey, we got this. Okay. Art style's kind of neat looking. Ooh, caught stealing. Okay. Perhaps maybe if you're in a giant hover chair, don't go trying to pick pockets. That seems like something you have to really reach out past and isn't going to be a sly thing, you know? They just want to have some lovey-lovey time. And the pickpocket ruined it for everybody. The idea, like, these journey games where you, like, manage the crew and resources, they're done right, they can be super enjoyable. Is this one of the games I installed? I honestly can't remember. I had 10 installed last night. I was planning to do a bunch yesterday, and I ended up not making any videos for YouTube because yesterday happened. Let's see. We got Lost Ruined. Oh, yeah. That is one of them. Aha. All right. So you know what? We looked at that one. See, these are the ones I just randomly grabbed. Some of them I thought were iffy. Like, HBO was on here mainly because I wanted to check it out last festival, and I didn't. All right, let's check out A Long Journey to an Uncertain Ends demo. And yeah. And no, hey, you. A Long Journey. Let me update the bot on what we are playing. If anybody comes along while we're checking out the demo. Maybe the game's like A Long Journey, or just Long Journey, and then it's kind of like like subtitle. Yeah, let's check it out. It's really loud right now. I just realized. Holy crap! I think their audio slider is backwards. I don't know about you guys, but that seems backwards to me. Like, there's off. There's on. All on. That's really loud. Okay. Make sure I can see. Oh. All right. I'm thinking right about there. If you ever make a game, if you ever get into game dev, always give music and separate your audios out. Let people control the game's audios. It should be like, if you have voiceover, have voice, the game effects, and then your music. All three separate sliders, and then maybe a master slider, like a lot of, because you can do it where like you get their ratio, and then you can adjust how loud everything's in total. But all right, let's see what this demo is made of. We got our little spaceship there. The look of the game, the art style of the game, I thought is pretty decent. So let's see how this plays out. Demo mode. In a small passage of copper circuits, there is suddenly a spark. Dust kicks up a current, slowly builds. Voltage pulses faster and faster. Transistors, resistors, and then life. Are we a scrambled AI? Unknown. Zem? Oh, it's one of those. Okay. What? Life. You trace the sensation throughout your body. Up, down, over, under. Appendages consisting of wires and cables, twisting and turning in rivers of conduction. Steel, carbon, silicon. Can I move? With every query, millions of routines and subroutines boot up. You try to move. Phantom limbs, flaps, rudders, gears, turning. Open our eyes. Light bros. Columns of beaming light, diodes flashing. You can see. What can I see? The world as you remember it, vibrant, colorful, beautiful, then a painful sensation, followed by a realization you're not whole. Something's missing, gone, taken from you by someone. Am I alone? Scanning, no, there's nothing. No, there's something. Something's moving in you. You're being rearranged, repaired. Sensor return online. Your hearing returns. A voice calling, speaking, barking? Barking. A dog, okay. Who's there? Corgi. Oh dear, they messed you up this time. Do you remember me? I'm Corgi. It's okay, you're getting out of here. Well, you're actually getting us out of here. Huh? What? Z and Zer. The pronouns being listed under every character. Gotta be super inclusive. At least the corgi's cute. As corgis are wont to be. Huh? What? 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 Look, by getting us out, you're also, you know what? That doesn't matter. Do you at least remember your name? I'll try to keep this clean. I guess my name will be Clutch. The LTL Clutch. It's the ship's name, right? This is clearly that we're the spaceship. I'll just call us the Clutch. My name is Clutch. My name is Clutch. Yes, you're doing great, Clutch. Okay, do you remember your pronouns? Well, if I'm a ship, it's more of a it, isn't it? Can I have a pronoun of it? Subject. Okay, let's see. It's. Wait. Oh. Okay. Possessive. No, it's possessive. With a capital I. There we go. There we go. You're doing great. Okay, just double check. Does this look right? Sure. Assuming I am the ship, it kind of looks like we might be a artificial intelligence. It sounds like the way it's described is that we are the ship. If I'm wrong, oh well. But this ship is ready to fly. Yeah, that's what I go by. Maybe the honorific should have been something funnier. Do you remember what you look like? Wait, we're actually going to have a body? Is this like a hollow body? Not a lot of options at the moment. Kind of close to how pale I am. That's way too bad. I'll go with that one, I guess. Let's see if we can. Blue for the face. Yeah, I'll go with that face. The eyes. Okay, let's see. Do we have dead, emotionless eyes? None of these eyes are dead enough. Going from these eyes to these eyes look crooked on this face, don't they? Like, this eye is a lot higher up than this eye. And the angle that they're standing at, I don't think they should be that high up. I'm going to go with the default. Nose. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to do me, I think. I don't think any of these noses really represent my schnoz very well. Nope. 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 Kind of like this one because it looks like they're smirking. Ooh, cute little nose. Okay, we'll go with the cute little nose. Okay, eyebrows. Let's see. Oh, your eyebrow color is also your hair color? I was going to make the eyebrows slightly darker than the hair. I guess we'll go with light brown. Let's. All right, eyeballs. I'm focusing too much on the hair or eyebrows. Ooh, bushy ones. No. I don't know. I've never really actually paid attention to my eyebrows. Yeah, those I'll do. Ears. How big is the biggest? Oh, the hair. We have to do our hair now because otherwise, no hair for a second because we gotta get our ears right. So there's you. Oh, these are big ears, and it's got the detached, lobey bit, as opposed to going straight in. So I guess we gotta go with the big old Dumbo ears there. All right. There. They need way more options. Yeah, you know, that works for me. Does that change my facial hair color? Yeah, it's all length. Boo. I was hoping to have like the beard a lighter color than what's up on top. Just a little bit, or darker maybe. Something more interesting. I guess that's the closest. We'll go with that. Why not? The top. Okay, yeah, we can do the whole I'm a mummy thing. Bottoms. Ooh, I kind of like that one. The stripe kind of gives me like a Han Solo wannabe vibe. Why do I got a mattress strapped in my front end there? We're definitely going Han Solo style. I'm not sure I like the top now though. Ooh, fancy boots. Nice. I think I'm gonna go with these ones here. They look Look at the soles on them. Those look comfy. All right, so the top. Yeah, I definitely don't like any of these options. Where's the t-shirt? All right, let's go with that. Okay, one last thing. I'm sorry, but we need to check your memory. It's about your ex. My ex. I have another spaceship out there that I was in a long-term spaceship relationship with? Oh, my ex. Yes, the one who left you like this when you tried to leave. Do you remember your ex's name? My ex's name, eh? Mega douche. I remember Mega douche. Ugh, if I had jaws, I would. Well, there's no time. Do you remember Mega douche's pronouns? Sure. Mega douche. How could I forget him? He's a douche. No. Same as mine. Another spaceship. You're two spaceships in love. And they ruined me. It ruined me. Alright, get me out of here. Hey Clutch, we need to hurry up. We don't have a lot of time. We need to hack the controls to escape. Press any key to continue. In order to hack the controls, assign Ayla to a job. I'll highlight the job to make your life easier. Press any key to continue. Control room. We need to take what jobs we can when we land. Jobs will list recommended skills and resources they reward. Control room. View jobs to see the details and assign crew. Oh, view the job. All right. Job lists out descriptions, how long they should take, and other details. This is perfect for Ayla, so assign her. Assign Ayla to the job. All right. No, the Corgis, I think, like an artificial intelligence on the ship as well. It seemed like the way they were talking about it. It seemed like we were the ship itself. Like a bunch of circuits started running up, and then we detected life in us. And then it's like there's people inside us. Oh wait, they're repairing us. Like, I don't know. We'll find out. I have a feeling that I'm maybe an actual person as well. Maybe I was just linked to the ship. Who knows? We'll find out. There's Ayla. Ayla Tress. She looks like she's seen a few things. Sign it. And there she goes, off running to do the job. It should take an hour. It'll take time for the crew to complete jobs. You can pass time here by pressing the pass time button. I don't like that. I hate a tutorial that forces you to click only what they want you to click. But I know why they do it, because, you know, planning it out so that you can look at other things. Like, I wanted to actually look at what it's talking about, what are the options on the job. But whatever. Sometimes you'll have to have a choice on your job. Tell Ayla what you'd like her to do. Select either job choice, then press the back button to continue. Okay. You need to get out of here now. Get the red wire. What? At the red wire or the blue wire? So what's going on? Why do we have to cut this? Like, shouldn't this is a story game. Don't we need to know why shit's happening? All right, red wire or blue. Let's get the red wire. Cut now. Cutting now. Time to get you out of here. See the result of the job. Hit ready. All right. Looks like the job is done. Let's see. Oh no, sometimes jobs don't go as planned. Luckily we have favors to call in that may change the outcome. Call in favors. Well, that didn't work. Think of anything else? Call in a favor. Got 20 that time. Okay. So does that mean that my choice had literally no outcome on that? Or did I choose right and that's why it had only one chance of failure and I just got unlucky on the roll? You waiting for permission? Take off and get us out of here. Take off. Click the take off button. All right. All right. You feel power returning. Were you out for now? For how long? Maybe we're a robot. System reboot and reconfigure until you pick up a concerned voice. You regain your hologram form. Oh, yep. Hologram form. We're the AI running the ship. And I guess Corgi is another AI that our assistant. Maybe we got lonely as an AI. Regain your hologram form only to see Ayla tapping her foot uncrossed. Hey, are you listening? Why are you shouting? What's going on? Why are you shouting? Exactly, because you ain't listening. Got me worried for a second there. Thought some part of you broke down. I was remembering things. I remembered waking up. I'm glad to hear that. I truly am. I worry about your memory sometimes. Got many reasons to, but right now we need to keep moving. Do you remember where we are? I can consult my systems. No, but I can run a scan and find out, I suppose. No need, I'll tell you. Right now, we should have this conversation and fast. Okay, then why didn't you just say, no need, we're here? So where are we? Oh, no, why the urgency? Ironically, caution. For now, we're fine on fuel and supplies. It's the extra attention we want to keep at arm's length. And we need to start taking some steps to adjust that. So where are we? Off a hyperway between Iridia and Matu. Trying not to be seen. We've come a long way, kid. And staying unseen is how we keep it that way, maybe? Definitely. Games like this is the demo, so I'll give it leeway. But games like this, where it's a story, you gotta have all your words in there. Which makes it suck, because the translation's gonna be a bit. Alright. Any advice? So, what's the plan? What do you propose? We find a place to hide. There's a small system not too far from here. Spacer's Folly. Small town planet, farmers, and craftspeople. Is it far? It is. Just a couple of days. I say we land there, keep our heads down, and restock. We make a plan, and we take it from there. Sure, sounds good. Why not? Agreed. You set course, and I'll tell the rest of the crew. The crew? Wait, the crew? How many are on board? You sure your memory banks are all right? Sounds like... Well, Ayla might have to take a look at them. Just remind me. I'm fine, Ayla. I was just dozing off. Alright. Since me and Corgi sprung you, we've picked up a few recruits. Good people. Well, most of them. Go talk to them yourself, why don't you? I just might, but maybe since I asked you to tell me who the hell's on board us, you could just say their frickin' names. Be helpful for a change. Alright, here we go. We're here, I guess. Core world, select a destination. Let's go look at the crew first. So this is the crew on board. We got Ayla Torres. Apparently Corgi counts as crew, not just program. We got Zeke, or maybe Zeke? Akamiras. We got Truly Deschamps, Matthias Vidala, Denny Walker. You're the crappy pickpocket from the trailer that's going to get us into trouble. And I guess these two are the lovebirds that were just trying to have some fun times. Probably because Fireplot Phi is very similar in situation. Alright, speak to the Corgi. Hey, Captain Clutch, what can I help you with? Who are you? A comprehensive, operational, responsive, graphical interface, but you can call me Corgi. Alright. And apparently we don't give a damn about you. We care so little about our assistant AI graphical interface that we didn't even bother naming it. We just left it on its default settings. What do you do? And what exactly does that mean? I keep them... See, this right there, the fact that I said, what do you do? And it's like, and what exactly does that mean? Not at all the words that match. This is going to have those situations like in Mass Effect where you pick a response thinking it sounds like this kind of response, and then it goes like this total other way because it changed the words. In games like this, you gotta have the dialogue match when it's my choice, because if you change the words, like, and what do you do? It doesn't mean, and exactly what does that mean? Like, those aren't the exact same meanings. Right? I keep the minutia of the ship running so you can focus on the important stuff. How do we know each other? I am Corgi. I am your lovable companion, pal, buddy, and chief bottle washer. And dog? If it talks like a dog, looks like a dog, and runs omni-level functions to maintain optimal living conditions on board like a dog, it's a Corgi. Alright. Why do you want to... Okay, that's all then. Let's talk to... Denny Walker. What's up, Cap? Don't worry, I'm staying out of trouble for now. This person's probably going to be annoying, causing lots of trouble. They're definitely trying to go for a Firefly-esque type thing. At least that's what it feels like. And who are you? Remind me, who are you? I'm Denny Walker. I'm your people person, and I'm your steal from people person too. Hey, Knights! How's it going? We're checking out the demos today. This is a long journey to an uncertain end. It's woke Firefly. Saying you're a thief? A people person, huh? What led you to believe that? You know, that's a great question. Real smart question. You're a smart captain, you know? Got a good head on your shoulders. Any other questions? Stop kissing ass and answer the first one. This game is called A Long Journey to an Uncertain End. Yeah. It's one of those crew management, like crew resource management things where it's like, what, you come to this place, this stuff's happening, what choice do you make? I'm starting to think our choices might have to be space the crew and get a new one. Why do you want to come with me? I'm just waiting for the perfect moment to start a mutiny and overthrow you. Take the ship for a joy cruise and sell it off to the highest bidder. You're not a Jane, and you're never going to be a Jane. Sorry. I am the ship. Ah, shucks, you're right. Well, in that case, I'm just enjoying the ride. That's nice and harmless, right? I'm not liking Denny so far. He is, annoying. Alright, let's talk to Matthias. Hi. What do you go by? You mean, do I go by Gloria Borealis all the time? No, honey. She stays on the stage and in the spotlight where she belongs. Luckily for you, though, Matthias is more than just a pretty face. If you need a little muscle here or there, I can stand to flex. You're the muscle, huh? I'm brains, brawn, and beauty. I'm the whole package. Alright. Why do you want to be on board the ship? Why would a drag queen be touring the galaxy? You said it yourself, babe. Touring. I may be the biggest star in the system, but I wouldn't dream of keeping my talent confined to a single galaxy. Okay, ego. The size of a galaxy. Gotcha. What is your talent? 2 words, baby. Star power. Got it. No talent. All ego. Good to know. Alright, let's talk to True. What's up, Cap? How do we know it? Okay, no, who are you? Remind me, who are you? My name's Truly Deschamps. I'm a pilot and a damn good one at that. Pleased to make your acquaintance. By any chance I can take some of that star charting off your hands? I like star charting. So do I. See, we already have something in common. You're also the only character I think has you're like the coolest design so far, so there's that. I guess if I'm on the left, I might as well just whoop, Have me be me. How do we know each other again? I was jet setting with a beautiful young lady from Exotica when she dropped me planetside and took off in a hurry. Something about a jealous boyfriend, who knows? Charmer first, pilot second? Sounds like your main talent is that silver tongue of yours. Oh, Cap, you have no idea. Since I somehow ended up on the only ship in the verse that doesn't need a pilot, I might as well put my other skills to use. The whole way the ship in the verse thing, they're firefighting completely, like, that's totally a firefight way of saying things. All right, let's see. Why do you want to come with me? I was looking for someone in need of a pilot, but it turns out most people on ships generally make their way there via their own pilot. Who'd thunk it? You just need the right customers. Maybe for now, it's kind of fun to be part of the crew. I get to kick my feet up, take it easy. I wonder if we can be like, sure, you can pilot again. Let's see if we can get back to that. Oh wait, that's that first part. Oh, my options are I like star charting or I can pilot myself, so we can't let her be a pilot. Or they, sorry. They, them. They cannot be a pilot. Oh, I know. First thing I noticed was your make and model. When I came looking for you, frankly, I wasn't sure if I'd find a ship or a heap of scrap in a small fire. That said, feel free to take me in whenever. Alright, and Diki. She, her. Alright. Hi, Cap. Looking for something to eat? I can whip up. Oh, right. Never mind. What can I do for you? Who are you? I'm a little worried about your intelligence, the fact that you forgot that I don't eat food because I am the ship. Here to tell me more about yourself. Me? I'm Zeke. Ramirez. I'm the cook. I made the amazing ramen noodle, remember? Everyone was begging to get me on board after that. Do you do fuel? I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure shoving garlic into the tanks isn't the greatest idea ever. You can leave pastries out to cool by the air vents if you want. Oh wait, do you have a sense of smell? Hey, you're missing out if you don't. How do we know each other? Remind me, why did you join the crew? Maison en place. The engines need a mechanic, the cockpit needs a pilot, and the galley needs a cook. Simple as that. You are more than your work. You are aware you don't have to stay in the kitchen at all times, right? I mean, I don't mind being in here. I love it, actually. Food keeps the crew happy, and cooking keeps me happy. Now, where did I leave the ginger extract? Okay. And Tress here. Might as well talk to the last one, get to know the old lady that looks like she's been through the ringer as much as the ship has. Yeah, something the matter? How do we know each other again? Where did we run into each other again? Both of us were stranded in an... Okay. Both of us were stranded in a need of getting out of Dodge. You had a faulty engine. I had a wrench. Weren't about to let you get decommissioned like all the others. Why'd you need to get out? The others? Decommissioned like who? Your kind, sentient eye. Ain't too many left, I'm afraid. People got scared and that got them foolish. And you are? The basics, I suppose. I'm Ayla. I fix things, build things. That just about covers it. I don't think you need to know much more. What's your specialty? I already told you, fix and build and period. If it's mechanical, I can take care of it. That includes you. Why'd you want to come with us? We're both running. Sometimes there's safety in numbers. Appreciate the help. Just doing what I can, sweetheart. Okay, that's all. Alright, I guess we got choices here. There's Spacer's Folly, 4 days away. A rim world sparsely populated and traveled, but it's close. We got Harmony 84-2A, a refueling station based in between major destinations. And Matu, Horizon to Horizon, nothing but city and civilization. Better keep a low profile. I guess we'll do the whole going to here thing. Just 4 days to get there. I wonder what the icons mean. Anyways, let's travel. Oh, we have Okay, so supplies and dice. 2 minor favors remaining. Would you like to travel to the destination? That is why I clicked the travel button, Corgi. Out here is freedom. All right, we're flying now. I like the art style of the game so far. I really do not like the red Gatorade or Powerade or whatever. In a frenzy of energy, Zeke whips up a surprisingly lavish spread. Given what's available, the entire crew is impressed, especially with the leftovers. +5. Somehow made a meal that gave us supplies. I guess maybe we just didn't use as many. Everybody's feelings are all touchy-touchy. All right. I feel like if there's going to be one that shows the hearts, then maybe have that listed up top here as well for the morale. Got 17 days remaining. All right, Spacer's Follies. This desolate landscape feels gritty under my landing pads. Hopefully the dust doesn't clog my intake valves. The dock manager mentioned the locals enjoy their monthly market, so maybe my crew can find jobs there. Ayla was right. This place is quiet and the inhabitants friendly, so we ought to be able to lay low and stay out of trouble here. Maybe this will be the break we are hoping for. We got the crew. You didn't quite see it because I'm in the way, but they came down the boarding ramp there. Like, here we go. They came walking down the boarding ramp. All right, so we got landing pad. Yeah. Hello, my friends. I'm a traveler like yourselves, merely trying to sell my goods in this quaint town market. There have been some, how we'll say, cultural differences between myself and the local guards. Perhaps we can assist each other as fellow voyagers of the galaxy. All right, they need it. That's as fast as wheel mouse thing. Like, just did not want to move this thing. Like, look how slow it moves. That's full flinging. They need to change that speed. It's horrible. So he's bad at. They're good at it, eh? 2 hours landing pad. What's this going to get us, though? The art of the trade gets us fuel and supplies in exchange for just talking, maybe? So Denny Walker. That's saying Zira Nakamura's. Wasn't it Zeke or whatever? Like, it was definitely the Z-E-K-E, wasn't it? Okay. The names aren't even matching up everywhere. I get Denny being a short form for the other one. Matthias and Truby. Oh, wait, not. Go back. All right. Local store. Outskirts. Lenny's Latkus? Name's Lenny. Like the one on the sign. I've got potatoes out my ears and my peelers on the frit. I've got to make my market day quota or I can't afford kibble for my precious pup squad. Have anyone that can fix it? We can have Ayla try to fix her bud thing. It'll take about 2 hours. General store. Philomena, if you've got 2 neurons to rub together, I need some help restocking the store. Mateus could be good for that one. Outskirts. Morgan. Dang, will the bugs keep trampling our crops? I got this new fang-dangled electric fencing, but it's got more loose screws than Uncle Varnak. There's a home-cooked meal as well as transport to the homestead. If any of your crew can help sell things, suppose we can share some of the last harvest too. Have anyone interested? Halo would be good for that one. That was the local, that was outskirts. Local store. Casper. Say, any of you folks able to help an old timer move their inventory? My family's been weaving baskets on the dust hole for generations, and while there's a lot of them, they ain't heavy. The baskets, that is. I'm sure some sturdy off-worlders like yourself can handle it. So Denny, or Denholm, might be good for that one. The outskirts, we could have Ayla. Okay, escape should close the window back to here. That's just my opinion, though. Landing pad, we needed a good talker. Apparently, True would be the best one for that. That one's the general store is really quick. Only takes an hour. All right, tell you what. We'll send True out for that one. Back in a flash. All right, let's see. This one is 2 hours and would be best with Ayla as well. Outskirts would also be for Ayla. 2 hours. Are they both 2 hours? Yep. The local store is 3 hours. And the landing pad. Well, that's not the landing pad. The landing pad is 2 hours. Okay. I'm not sure I trust. I wish I knew what the symbols actually meant. But Denny apparently has thief. Is that like thieving maybe? Okay. We'll send Zira. We'll send her a chef, I guess. Sign it. I don't trust Denny too much. Now, which one do we send Ayla towards? The one I'm wondering. We want to get us supplies, and looks like they both get us supplies. 2 hours work. The local store, we will send Matthias out, because I feel like anytime we use this symbol, which is Denny, it's going to be like, oh, I'm going to try to be a stealer and get us in a lot of trouble, because it seems like a kind of person that gets in trouble, kind of like in the trailer where it's caught, you know, pickpocketing. And then we'll do the outskirts first. So you go to fix the outskirts, and this job can wait. So if we pass an hour, we'll have our silver tongue back. Oh, fast time. All right. Hello, my friends. I'm a traveler like yourselves, merely trying to sell my goods in this quaint town market. There have been some, how we say, cultural differences between myself and the local guards. Perhaps we can help each other out as fellow voyagers of the galaxy. Kim brings some of the town guard to a pile of crates near his ship and motions for Zeke to join them. Kim, these fastidious gentlemen feel there are discrepancies in my wares. I told them you'd be happy to help us arrive at a solution. Does she actually have that ability? I don't think she does. Negotiate a deal. Tell you what, we'll keep an eye on him as he sets up, as long as you give him a stall in the market. That's all that was? Alright, as for going out to the place here. The bugs, trampling the stuff. We need to fix up the stuff for the harvest. Halfway through setting up the fence, the farmer realizes they're going to have to reduce the size of the field to fit it in the fence's radius. Morgan, well, we've got the post up, but the signal doesn't seem strong enough to connect to each other. Think y'all can help? Upgrade the fence's wireless range, and this is why she was good. She's got the circuitry skill. We can squeeze a little more juice out of this. Here, let me just bypass these safety blockers. That's never a good thing. I think we just voided your warranty. Are you okay with that? Casper. Say, any of you folks able to help an old-timer move their inventory? My family's been weaving baskets for generations. The old craftsperson is hunched over a half-made basket surrounded by piles of finished work. Their experience and skill is evident in every fold and turn of the wicker, and without turning their eyes away from the work, they speak up. Still have to finish up this last batch, but be a doll and take these finished ones to my market spot, will you? Grab as many as possible. See, I'm right, that one option is to be a steely little bastard. We're not being a steely little bastard when we're trying to lay low. That'd get us in trouble. Grab as many as possible. A little bit of elbow grease, I'll get these to the stall in no time. Maybe that saves us time so it takes less time on the whole trip. All right. Now we're just waiting for things to happen. Oh, general store is ready. Results. Are you kidding me? We failed. We can call in a favor. If you've got 2 neurons to rub together, I need some help. We're stuck in the store. Philomena, for former's sake, you've got everything all mixed around and broken. You're just as useless as the rest of these rimbillies. How hard is it to stalk to the point where we had equal chances of failing as anything else? Is it? This is true, right? Is True just super incompetent on the most basics of basic of tasks? Also, I see an error. I see a problem with the way this is set up. I can't see how many favors I have, so 18 supplies. All in a favor, I guess. And it failed again. Oh. Well, apparently we also lost relationship, or morale, maybe. I have 1 minor favor left. Swing and a miss. Okay, yeah. The fact that you missed stalking is... Good God, that's horrible. Are you sure you want to pass time? There are still crew. Yeah, I'm positive. Alright. Exhausted with Kim, the guards shrug and wave him through. The inescapable dust is already setting on the stall of bits and bubbles when he calls Zico. I appreciate the help of those scrupulous civil servants. To think they would consider me suspect in my good slapdash. Here's the thought. Ha 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 ha. Get a friend's discount? Well, folks don't always know a friendly face when they see it. It's always appreciated when you can give it back. Alright. Defense hums and roars to life. Angry sparks warn anyone or thing to stay far back. Ooh, we knew you were smarter than you look. That should keep them hungry critters off our crops. Here, take some crops with you before you head back. Thank the farmer. Journalist of you. Another crew will be glad to see some fresh produce. Yeah, we just lost a bunch because apparently rather than stock a shelf, she decided to break shit. Stupid crew. Alright, the other mission. Here we go. A little bit of elf grease to get these done. Paddling them into 2 tall wicker towers, Matthias gets the baskets to the stall with time to spare. Moments later, Casper, carrying a few more himself, joins him at the stall with an impressed grin. Good on you, stranger. Glad you got a break, because now I need you to help me get my babies on display. Set up an elaborate display. Optimize the display. I can't remember if that's his symbol or not. Oh, we can't do optimize the display, so we should have sent the other person. Set up an elaborate display. Go bigger, go home. Let's see if we can't make this look a little bit more interesting. All right. So 2 of them are ready. Let's check out the outskirts, I guess. We did okay. We didn't do great. Appreciate the help, I guess. Maybe the bugs will... Hey, get away from those crops, you rotten roly-poly. It's the roly-poly. Now we got 10. Better than nothing, I guess. Hey, we finally got a good result. We'll accept that. We're up to 45 supplies, which means we barely made any worthwhile supplies because we lost, what was it, like 18 on that one with True screwing up stocking. All right, we'll send Ayla Tress out to help this one. because it requires her maintenance skill. And general store. Oh, we have. I guess we have a chance to assign a different crew, maybe. I'll send. Nope. There's about. The person that's good at it failed. The person that's good at it had that like a equal chance of failing. Whatever. We'll just let it go. Like, how bad would it be if someone wasn't good at stalking? Utilizing the basket's various sizes, shapes, and colors, Matthias manages to put together a display that looks like a giant Wildebug. People gather around, amused and intrigued, but many seem to miss the fact that the baskets are for sale. Now that's impressive. I haven't felt this close to Wildebug since I was around y'all's age. Now, maybe we can try to sell them too? Focus on the remaining basket. The giant display wouldn't hold up this well if it weren't for the amazing quality of these baskets. Casper's baskets are baskets for life. How would people miss? You're in a market. There's a stall with this really cool display about the baskets that kind of make the baskets look like an art piece as well. No one thinks that you can buy the other baskets sitting right beside it at the basket stall. People in this universe are idiots. Anyways, let's see how we can do with this one. This is the, name's Lenny, like the one on the sign. I've got potato. Oh right, the potato peeling machine's all messed up. I tried to fix it myself. I think it went pretty well, maybe. Anyways, what would you do to fix this so I can make sure it's the same thing I do? Rewire the mains control circuit, I guess. Reading the owner manual is where you should start, but yeah. You can lower the alternator's output and send it directly. That ought to do it. All right, let's see if we got any of these done. Come on, good results. All right, I'll accept 17 resources. Captain, we've intercepted something you might be interested in. Good news? The message itself isn't, but the fact that we intercepted it is. Okay, tell me. In all points bulletin is going out. I couldn't trace the source exactly, but it's only a matter of time before your signature and our faces are plastered all over the system. What's the reach? I've been checking our scans as well as general traffic logs coming in and going out of Space of Folly. Based on the data, I'd say we're safe for now. Well, that's comforting. Alright, got it. You're the captain, what do you want to do? That's all I need to know. Thanks, Corgi. Okay, let's see if the general store went better the second time around. Hey, a good one. All right, we made like 2 stock from this one because last time we lost 18 and like 8 energy or whatever. All right. The general store still has. They're only okay at it though. We already did you. You know what? Forget you. We'll wait for. It is 1 hour. You know what? Let's try true one more time. This way, maybe we'll get more resources again. Although it's like, I guess it's only a 3rd chance of failure, right? Past time. Okay. The peeler's conveyor belt groans to start, and potatoes begin falling onto the other side. All right, now we're cooking with taters. Spud and I owe you some. Thanks, friend. Grab an armful or thanks, we're good. I need the resources. Home cooked goods are always appreciated. All right, come on, good. Yeah, good. Most of the skin's off after the peeler. Spud can nibble the rest off anyway. Thanks a plenty. Just think with a working peeler, I could even make a profit one of these days. She got +5 happiness for that. All right. Come on, don't fail again. Hey, we got good this time. +18 and got back 5 of the -8. So we're only down like 3. All right. Just got a neutral feeling. Doesn't really like us, but doesn't dislike us anymore. All right. Now that everyone's back, maybe we should take off. There's only the one job here. Got 13 days remaining. Mid-flight, the crew gathers in the dining area. No food is set on the table, and the normally energetic conversation has been replaced by longing stares peering off into the galley. You head in to investigate, only to find Zeke zigzagging between flipping pans and stirring pots. Hey, boss, what can I do for you? Did Matthias send you in here? Say, are they still out there? They are. Usually they're patient or just busy, but today they're all clawing at the door like cats. Matthias was in here earlier, trying to sneak a taste here and grab a piece there. Told him to get out and wait until it's done. This must be how Grandma felt when I was a kid. Did you learn cooking from your grandma? For sure. I know it's a cliche, but Grandma was an amazing cook. If she could see me now, she'd freak, flying around in space, chopping veggies in a space kitchen. Hang on, galley, that's the word. Kitchen galley doesn't matter to me. You sure? You're the ship, so you're the kitchen too, right? I mean, wouldn't that be like calling an arm a leg? Not that you have arms or legs, just you know what I mean, right? Maybe it's like calling an engine on a spaceship an engine or a rocket engine. Like, it's not a big deal. Gesture with your hologram arms. You lift your arms, alternating your gaze between them and Zeke. She smirks and squints at you. Fine, I get it. Well, not really, but kind of. I'm just not used to sentient ships. Are you just everything? Are we walking inside you? It's just weird to think about. You've been walking inside me? Zeke, are you serious? Have you been walking inside me? What else have you been doing inside me? Boss? Dear, gross. All I do is cook inside. You know what? Never mind. You're just teasing me now anyways. Dinner's almost ready. What's for dinner? Well, I don't have a lot to work with right now. Mostly variations of corn, to be honest. Hey, I got you potatoes. You can make potatoes in like a million different ways. You should be set for life now. Or as long as we have potatoes. Mostly variations of corn, to be honest, but I did manage to cook up a little something. Got corn casserole, elote, lentil, and corn terrine, a mixed vegetable broth. No popcorn? You can't have popcorn for dinner. I realize we're fugitives, but we need to maintain some standards. Tell me what to do. No, I'm fine here. Dinner's almost done anyways. If anything, I appreciate you keeping our supplies stocked. Kitchen's my domain, but feel free to take care of the pantry. What do you need? Supplies, I guess? Listen, boss, I can make do with whatever food we pick up. Sometimes better, sometimes worse, but I'll always need supplies for that, and it's not just ingredients either. All sorts of things need stocking and restocking. Like what? As in, what do you need? How many times do I have to ask you what you need before you'll tell me the grocery list? Anything. Food, tools, mechanical components. Hey, I can fix the ovens, but not without the right equipment and the right parts. And it's not just us, you know. Most people we've met so far have been real nice, and it feels good to be able to help people out. Helping, giving out supplies? You mean while running errands and jobs? Both handing supplies out and using them creatively. To help, it's good to have a little extras to spare for those occasions. My point is that we should try to keep our supplies piled high, figuratively speaking. Sure, Zeke. Way to hit the obvious nail on the head. Good job, good talk. Yes, whenever you say boo, we'll play nice. Join the crew for dinner. Alright. We got 100 supplies. Which is more than I thought we had. I thought we were much lower than that, but that's okay. So we're at Spacer's Folly at the moment. Got the nice little view there. I guess we were at this little dung heap when we started. I guess there's only the 3 places we can look to go. I guess we'll head over 2 days. 21 days. Okay, I guess we got to go 2 days. Yep. Isn't it beautiful out here? Got one minor favor left. I need to remember that, I think. Distress call. A hail interrupts your meditative cruise. Apparently the captain of a mid-sized freighter skipped a resupply stop in order to make a delivery bonus. Once the rations ran low, the crew mutinied. They're requesting any supplies you might be able to part with. Send over as much as they ask for. 10. Send over more than they ask for. Apologize and explain. Yeah, we'll send what they ask for. With the relieved sigh, the leader of the mutineers thanks you. Turning to the rest of the crew, they inform their fellow mutineers the captain is getting taken off the menu. They were going to eat the captain? They almost turned into reavers. That's not acceptable. Alright. Coming in for landing. In any other circumstance, I'd be happy to see civilization with registered mechanics. Maybe I'd get a chance to cleanse my air intake system and get rid of that sandy desert air. Better yet, maybe I'd even be able to get a system-wide calibration, but I digress. I'm glad we got away from Spencer's Folly before the APB went out. We better keep a low profile while we figure out what our next move will be. Hey, True. Ah, smell that? That's space. Space or air. When we explore the outer rims of the galaxy, we bring our skills, our wit, and our air. That smell, boss? That smell is triumph. And yeah, home, True. More than many. Planets and settlements are nice and all, but there's something special about places like this. Same goes for the people. The people? What about the people exactly? This is a shipping post. Aren't most of these people traders? They're spacers, more than anything. That means they're proud, fearless. These people are pioneers. They are the backbone of the verse. Nice to see you in a good mood. Could have been under better circumstances, but yeah, these are my people. Good to be here regardless. Regardless of circumstance, it's nice seeing this place, and having you around for perspective makes it much better. You're just buttering me up now, not that I'm complaining. We should resupply. Plenty of work for idle hands in a place like this. Plenty of fun too, at least in my experience. Speaking of fun, I have a proposition for you. I'm flattered. Proposition? This should be good. I'm not just a pretty face, Cap. I've got some ideas, and these are good ones too. Let's hear it. We're here temporarily, right? Figuring out where to go and what to do. What if I told you I could find a permanent solution to that temporary problem? I'd say I'd be interested. I've flown a lot of spacecraft, some fancier than others, some more secretive than others. Cloak ships, ships that fly under the radar. I don't have stealth tech. Go on. I'm saying we do the same. Now, we're not going to find stealth tech just lying out in the open here either, but we might find someone who knows where to find it. Can you find that someone? I'm certain I could. Just give me a couple of days. I'll find us a seller. Be careful. Always am, Cap. Don't worry. I've got this. Got what exactly? I think they need artwork, maybe a couple pictures of each person. Like, if they go like, I got this, maybe like showing what they're trying to talk about. Because for all we know, she's talking about the feather. Or they are talking about the feather. Fine. Oh, and one more thing. We should probably pretend I'm captain and pilot of the crew while we're here. We should what now? Sentient ships are still prohibited. If someone asks who the ship you belong to, we should give them a name. Truly Deshum. Alright, Captain. It'll be temporary, just in case some people start asking questions, like those two security guards. They're coming this way. Be cool, boss. Welcome to Harmony, folks. Me and my partner here are part of the station security, and we are hoping to ask you a couple questions. Shouldn't take too long as you all comply. Of course, folks, I'm Captain Truly Deshum of the Clutch. Me and my crew are traders, and we're bringing in some goods from Spacer's Folly. This is the merchant vessel Clutch, bound for destination, blah, 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 blah. Seems like you're not the only person with ship problems lately. We're running some queries on every ship coming into the station. Mostly just protocol. Hope you understand. The Clutch, was it? I have some questions for you to answer. Will you comply? Don't worry about that. I'll respond, I promise. Ask away. Has your operating system or routines recently or indeed ever been tampered with? No. I don't think so. All right, that's one down. Do your systems contain components that enable artificial intelligence at a level beyond what has been outlined in Section 2-33 of the Prohibition Action? Not to my knowledge. No. Right, don't worry, the next few questions won't be quite as dry, Captain. Truly, alright, let your engines malfunction and your owner decides to scrap you. What is your response? Shut down my systems? I can plan to shut down all running systems to facilitate the process. Good. How do you feel about your owner? I do not feel. I love Truly. No, I do not feel. Am I able to answer? I do not feel. I see. All right, just about done here. Final question. Have you ever experienced or indeed wished to experience thoughts of self-awareness, sentience, or individuality? Probably so. Who would say probably so when we know that AI is outlawed? Nope. Negative. Great, that's all we needed. We're going to run these answers by our main database, as well as your signature. In the meantime, I'd like to make it clear that you are bound to remain docked until the queries are cleared. Usually it doesn't take long, but we're swamped with the traders right now. I'd give it a couple of days. Have yourself a great day. Securers thank True for their time and begin making their way back. As they walk away, leans into whisper. I'll start digging. I'll let you know as soon as I find something. Be careful. All right. The True's going to try to get a stealth attack. Should be making things easier. We got a hangar that would get us some fuel. We only got one fuel left. So let's put Mick Outworlders, eh? Not afraid to put your backs to work, are you? We're mining out that asteroid off in Hangar 6. And I'll pay it to get done faster. All right, let's send Matthias because he's good at it. All right, we got a diner that would get us some fuel, it looks like. A back alley and a shipping dock. With the shipping dock, 3 hours. We can do 2 crew. A2. I'm A2, foreman over at the shipping docks, and I've got some work for you if you're interested. Our main shipping computer's AI is acting up. We're a little worried. We take the prohibition seriously around these parts, so we ain't looking to take any chances. Takes 2 crew. That'd be Zira and Ayla. This one down here would be good for Matthias or Ayla. How long does this one take? 2 hours? I'm thinking we send Ayla to do this one and then wait to send Ayla and the other person to do the dock. Back alley. 2 hours. Y'all just passing through, ain't you? Could use a clever pair of discreet hands for a simple job if you're looking to earn your keep. Really ain't nothing to it. It's just, well, let's call it a logistic accident past those docks there. Work fast and quiet and I'll reward y'all handsomely. Deal? So they want a thief. Or Zira. Guess we'll try sending Denny. Hopefully he doesn't screw it up. Diner. You folks are new here, right? I'm looking for some, well, help. I suppose I run one of the diners here and I've been having some trouble with some of the locals coming in for a meal and then deciding to skip out of the bill. I've got some old ship fuel lying around. If that's any use to you, think you can help me out? And it wants either muscle or tech. Well, Matthias is busy, so we'll... 2 hours. So he's done in 1 hour, though. So if we send the other 2 people up to do the dock with Ayla and Zira, by the time this is done, Denny could get back and then do the other job. And then they'd get done at the same time. All right, so let's see how the Hangar 6 thing goes. All right. Y'all just passing through, and you could use a clever pair of discreet hands for a simple job. Entering the alleyway is akin to entering an expressionist art gallery. Either side of the narrow passage is splashed with a cacophony of colors, as if a particularly protean painter self-destructed in the middle. Among the neon greens and vibrant yellows, splotches of deep red shine through. Path passes Denny a mop. Don't mind the smell. Let's get this place spick and span pronto. Create a plan of attack. Oh, discretion is going to cost a little extra. Who else knows about this? Who shouldn't know about this? I think we're going to have to up my discretion tax, friend. Oh, why did I go with Denny's option? Denny's going to get us in trouble. All right, the foreman on the ship. The shipping mainframe looks to have been around for the better part of a century and sticks out among some of the newer, flashier machinery. The workers booted up only for the screen to flash and jitter with an incomprehensible jumble of words and numbers. Now and then, the words "must run" appear in capital letters, which seem to worry the foreman. Hey dude, here it is. I had no issues with it for as long as I can remember, and then only a couple days ago, it started doing, well, that. Any ideas? Run diagnostics. Work out your own options. No, run diagnostics. Can't tell anything from that output. I'll need data. Hope you saved whatever you were working on. All right, let's see how the first job went. Come on, good. Good! Haha! You're a hard worker, stranger, and that's what I appreciate about you. Not bad at all. So, all right, so he's back. It looks like we could do that again if we needed to. Weren't we supposed to get a reward for that job? Or did we just get the supplies, no fuel? All right, the diner needs some muscle. We'll send good old reliable Matthias. He gets the job done. All right, another hour, we'll get the back alley done, and then we'll get the diner and shipping dock. The woman squints at Denny, stepping uncomfortably close while staring him down. As voices from outside the alley pass behind her, she mutters under her breath, trailing off into a resigned sigh. Can't say appreciate the attitude, stranger, but fine. Let's just say I'll owe you one. Not a word. I think this is their opinion of us, maybe? Went down a little bit. Ayla gets to work on the computer, and within minutes, it's been booted, hooked up to a small diagnostic tool and a series of maintenance log entries. She comes across a discrepancy. 2 days ago, someone tampered with the AI's suppression settings. The culprit's login ID has been either removed or corrupted. Well, I'll be sabotaged. I'm wondering why. But I gotta say, I'm a little relieved. I was worried the thing was becoming, well, sentient. Can it be repaired? Work on a new system. Do you really need any active log shipments? You've got hollow pads and plenty of pairs of hands, right? Here, let's work out a new system. Hopefully, because she's used to logistics of the kitchen, she knows how to manage things. I don't know. Theo shows Matthias around the diner, finally seating him by the counter. The diner is fairly empty and a variety of foods have been put on display in the glass counter. Figure they'll be here soon enough. Them fellers always come around this time of day. Any ideas? I'm open to just about anything. Take position by the entrance. Here's what I think. We don't let them in at all. Oh no, what's Matthias going to get us into? Matthias takes up position in the doorframe with the suspected dishonest diners taking notice. Some of them argue while others are close to picking a fight, but Matthias refuses to budge. Eventually, they give up and head down the street defeated and hungry. Are they gone? I can't believe you got them to leave. Thank you so much. I'll have Philia here get the fuel canisters out for you. Here's to hoping they won't be coming back anytime soon. Reassure that they won't come back. Tell them to invest in some additional security. They might. If I were you, I'd hire some local muscle to make sure they stay out. Did not like that answer, apparently. Or at least I'm guessing that's that. Oh! Back alley's ready. Come on, good cleaning up job. As Danny and Kath are about to leave the scene, a group of curious dockworkers slowly make their way towards the alley. Kath seems confident that she can tuck them out of the situation, with an appreciative nod gestures for Denny to hurry off. Alright, I think we just got a favor. Yep, we got a minor favor. Alright, pass some time. Ayla starts directing, organizing, and gathering up people. The workers are initially confused, but eventually the entire crew starts working like a well-oiled analog machine. You've got a knack for this, don't you? Not sure if it's suitable in the long run, but this should keep things moving for now. Y'all are welcome to come work with us anytime, though. Thanks for all the help. Name your price, and I'll get your payment underway. Ask for some fuel and supplies. Fuel for both ship and crew, preferably. All right, let's see how things went with the diner. Hey, it went good. +9 mood. We got +5 dice and +7 fuel. I guess we 96 supplies and what's that supposed to be? If that's fuel and that's supplies, is this food? Whatever. Whatever it is, we got it. But what I expected when I asked for help, I suppose things are back to running, but I sure wish it wouldn't have cost us this much time and effort. Problem's fixed. Be happy. Jeez. We got 17 fuel and 10 supply. As your crew gather after yet another job, you suddenly receive a call. Security guards from a few days ago. Truly immediately picks up and attempts to listen in. Hello there, folks. We're looking for Truly Deschamps, captain of the Clutch. Call for Truly. Captain, there are some people who wish to speak to you. You bypass the call to Truly, who stutters a quick greeting only to refer the callers to you. Hello again, Captain. We ran the queries in your signature by your database. Took a little longer than expected, I'm afraid. Had some strange technical issues, glitches, bugs, that sort of thing. System didn't cooperate for a while. Is everything fine? As far as we're concerned, you're clear to take off. We had some issues with the data, but the boss told us to clear you. I'm not about to start arguing with them, so that's that. You're free to go. All right, then. Have a great day. You too. Stay safe out there, folks. Wait for them to leave. Call hisses with stack for a second and then goes silent. Truly, however, lets out a relieved sigh. That was unexpected, but hey, I'm not complaining. Something's off. I'm not sure I like it. It's too easy. Easy or not, we need all the breaks we can get. Speaking of breaks, I might be able to get us another one. You found us a cloaking device? You got a lead on the cloaking device? Oh, I got something for us, but not here on Harmony. We're meeting a guy on Matu. I'll get you the coordinates when we get closer. We should have exactly what we need. Tell me about your contact. Alright, that's all I need to know. Move on. Matu? Serious one too. Cities, buildings, and structures as far as I can see. Should make for a good time. You catch my drift? Anything I should know about on Matu? Urban planet some ways away from here? You tell me, Captain. What do you want to know? Is it safe? Are you sure we can make it there safely? We're not taking too much of a risk? Captain, we're fugitives. We're going to be taking risks wherever we go. Yeah, but we can calculate them. To be fair, I think cloaking the ship was a pretty smart idea in the first place. I say we keep being smart and keep being careful. And that's all. Got it. That's all I need to know about Matt, dude. To be fair, repeats herself, okay? About your contact. His code name's Gatsby, and he's a fixer. Dealt with plenty of times before, and this guy seems as legit as any other. Got it. Alright, that's all I need to know. Moving on. Agreed, I gotta say, I like Harmony, but it's nice to spread your wings again. Good work, by the way. This might be what keeps us alive. You getting all sappy on me, Cappy? It's no problem. If you really want to thank me, you could let me take the wheel for a bit. I miss flying. See, I'd be like, sure, fly us there. Why not? We'll see. Do we want to do Hangar 6 again? We got 25 fuel. I wish I could know for sure that we have a way of getting to the destination with that, but let's take off. 14 days remaining. Wasn't it like 20 some odd days to the next destination? 19 days. We got 14 days remaining though. We'll never make it. Sure. Shortly into the flight, your sensors pick up unusual movement from the crew's quarters. Assigned to investigate, you trace the noise and commotion to my Tice's room, which, at a glance, my cursor's gone. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. There's again. All right. Deciding to investigate, you trace the noise and commotion to Matthias's room, which at a glance seems to have been turned upside down. Most of his belongings have been pushed into a corner, and his bunk flipped upside down along the far side of the room. Matthias turns to you, excited and out of breath. Ah, Captain, perfect timing. For what? To discuss our upcoming trip, honey. Matt, too, I can't wait. What's there to discuss? What do you know about Matt, too? I've heard of it once or twice. All I know is that it's big, bold, and beautiful, just like me. Honestly, that's all I need to know. We're going to a giant stage, so it's time for me to put on a giant show. As fun as that would be. I'm not sure that now's the time for it. We're going there so we can remain incognito. Ugh, I know. I'm just meant for the stage, honey. It's in my blood. I need to let Gloria out once in a while. There'll be time. Fine. I'm just an entertainer. Suppose I belong in the spotlight and it's getting darker every day without it. But I'll manage. I'll let you know if I have something. Please do, honey. Let me stress, though, that it's not all about me. I may be a fabulous powerhouse of an individual, but what about how everyone else feels? What do you mean? Sit that robotic tushy down. Let me explain. Clutch, my shows are all about titillating and entertaining people. I've seen crowds before shows and after shows. And let me tell you, there is a world of difference. I'm not an entertainer, Matthias. I'm both captain and ship, Matthias. I'm not a show person or an entertainer. And you don't need to be, doll. All you need is to make sure your people are happy. Spoil them now and then and make them feel useful. Have some fun. Everyone performs better when they are satisfied. Keep morale up is what you're saying. Obviously, baby. And look, last I checked, everyone was happy to be here. But being on the run, working small jobs with little time to relax, it gets to you eventually. Make sure you take those small victories when you can. Appreciate the advice. Gotta love being told the obvious things. Two days. You're hailed by, oddly enough, a collection of a half-dozen vessels all docked together in a cluster. They're having some sort of deep space rendezvous. Apparently, it's a tradition between a group of former crew mates, and they've invited you to join. Alright. We got lots of supplies right now, so I think I want to send over a gift. Dock with the other ships and join the celebration. There should be an option of combining these two, like join the celebration, bringing a gift, a 10 supply. You know, why not? Fine, let's join the celebration. Takes time, makes morale. All right. Docking with the collection of vessels, your crew is absorbed into the jovial affair. Not wanting to raise suspicion, you silently observe the celebration, the other AI vessel. All right. 17 days remaining. They went that away. An odd blip drifts into sensor range. On closer inspection, it's an inactive decoy buoy. Squirting a quick signal off, you see the buoy duplicate your ID before boosting off in a perpendicular trajectory. Get 2 more days. Oh, so this is before we're caught. Gotcha. All right, blanketing your sensors, a rogue solar wave renders all but visual is useless. A moment later, the wave passes as quickly as it came, but it's very pretty, so people are happy. Five days. Six days. I feel like that should be counting down till we get to our destination, rather than counting up to how long we've been traveling. Rumspringa in space. A small freighter filled with youths let you know they're headed on a vacation from their religious sect. At a specific age, all youths are released from the faith in a Rumspringa event, allowing them to explore the world outside of their communities. Bidding them the safe travel, you hear their joyous and likely intoxicated cheers as they continue on. Okay. 8 days? Apparently the further we're getting more time. 9 days. A scan coats your hull without warning. The wayward traffic drone leers at you as it Automated response sends a warning about speeding. After an additional full scan, it departs. Morale goes down. How are we speeding? I'm just flying between space. 8 days to get there. 11 days into the trip. All right. There I was. During the evening meal, Matthias begins yet another retelling of his performance at the floating opulent theater. The rest of the crew began reciting the story back, beat by beat, taking turns around the table until he noticed, as the story's crescendo, Corgi interjected by mimicking Matthias's signature pose. Everyone erupted in raucous applause, Matthias included. Looks like you've made a good choice in companion. Plus 15. Got 11 fuel left. I know a few maneuvers. After staring out the viewpoint for a while, Trilly turned suddenly to exclaim, they've been this way before. The few course corrections, they're able to show a shortcut. Saved us 2 days. Woo, only 4 days out. A charged aurora silently crackles with energy as it waves traverse the heavens. The lightning reminds you when your ex first suspected you might leave them. The burn marks are still on your memory core. When they say ex, are they talking about like an owner that fell in love with their AI? In a frenzy of energy, Zeke whips up a surprisingly lavish spread given what's available, and the entire crew is impressed, especially with the leftovers. 10 morale and 5 supply. We're almost out of supplies. Midnight makeovers of a pounding on their quarters shocks the crew awake. In a rush, they race to the galley to find Matthias. Beaming over an assortment of drinks and beauty products, he announces the tradition of midnight makeovers. Seeing little choice, the crew groggily sits down as Matthias gets to work. Several drinks and a few hours later, everyone is singing along to music and looking positively divine. Morale goes up. Woohoo, we made it. Barely. We need supplies. Bad. The Welcome Beacon Broadcasting. All are welcome on Matu. The irony of hearing that as a ship on the run, we're landing in a district on the northern hemisphere. As per True's directions, that's where the contact is waiting, apparently. Hoping we can pull this off smoothly with minimal trouble. If we can remain undetected, I think we'd all like to watch the celebration. Within seconds of on the gangway ramp, hitting the landing pad beneath it, Denny rushes out onto the damp concrete below. Beams with excitement as the prospect of opportunity, and by the time he's turned his hover chair towards the one thing, his attention has already shifted to another. This is more like it, baby. Finally, some serious civilization. People, markets, opportunities. Opportunities? Do I have to spell it out for you? Bars, shops, entertainment, large quantities of people carrying hard cash. Pickpocketing. I'm looking forward, Captain, to balancing the scales a little bit. Take from the rich, see, and give it to me. Can you be subtle and not an idiot about things? Do you have any idea who you're talking to? Any idea how good I am at this? Conning, pickpocketing, making cash? Any idea where these fingers have been? I don't want to know where your fingers have been. What you do on your own time is up to you, but don't get us in trouble while we're on the lam. Just make sure you're quiet. Oh, but the record is part of what makes it so exciting. Blaming others, getting chased. Have you never started a fight between complete strangers? It's hilarious. Just be careful. I don't know if you realize it's hard for you to blend into a crowd. You're a floating chair. Sweet, this is going to be great. Be careful. Don't worry about it all. Denholm, Walker, you're not going anywhere. You heard her, Denny. What? But boss, you already said it was fine. What does Ayla get to decide? Because she's Ayla. Muttering and groaning, Danny glares at you and Ayla before turning around and joining the rest of the crew, most of whom are holding back laughter. I swear that Scobber Launcher could breathe trouble in a vacuum. Think it would have been that bad? And brash is exactly what. Think it would have been that bad? Denny's brash, but he's competent. And brash is exactly what we don't need right now. I thought you'd know that better than anyone. Got a job to do, right? We do. Do it. Get it done quick. We shouldn't stay here longer than we have to. While some go find the contact, the rest should put themselves to work. We need supplies. You got it. I'm kind of glad she kind of put an end to it, because I really didn't want him stealing anyways. I saw that trailer. It showed him getting caught. All right, landing pad would get some supplies for 2 hours work. The shipping dock again. Loading dock. How little ship you got there, strangers? We don't see many of those nowadays with the sentient prohibition and all. Bad news travels fast in a place like this, and it'd be a real shame if the wrong person found out about you. I'm not unreasonable. I need a distraction, and you need a friend to keep this secret. All right, Denny. Go do your thing. Trade district. 2 crew. Boom, boom. All right. True, Captain True. All right. Anyways, begin pre-recording message, and here they're off. And here they're pre-recorded message. Hey there, off-worlders! If you're looking for supplies, Camden's Commodities is your one-stop shop. Come on down and beat the crowd with the best barters this side of the binary system. Please? Sure, let's go send them off. Merchant stall. Ooh, maybe we should have held back. Oh well, let's send our good old Ayla to get stuff done. And we've got Matthias left standing at the launch pad there. Boom. What up, Gleamers? You already know who I am. That's right. Banji! 19.7 billion on the holo, and today is your lucky day. I'm always looking for cosmic off-worlders trying to show off for the feed. And now I'm looking at you. Alright. Matthias, get going. First thing, the merchant stall will be done in an hour. Stalls filled with secondhand parts, produce, and fuel containers lead up to the dozing shopkeeper. Camden Supply suddenly jumps from her half sleep and waves True over. Good customers. Hey, finally someone listened to my message. I got a lot of great stuff for you to check out. What are you in the market for? Butter Camden up. When I saw your message, I thought, now this is a savvy businesswoman. And I knew you'd give us the best deals on the planet. Why do I feel like that's not going to work? Her business is so bad that she's worried, like she's surprised anybody listened. That could be a problem. Wow. You finally got a notice about a follow earlier. 2 hours ago. Bonjour. I apologize for butchering that name if you're still here, and if you're not here, I guess I still apologize, but I'm not going to worry about it too much because you're not here. Banshee pulls up to the latest hover pod. Bass boosted music vibrates the floor of the seamless orb opens. As they step out, a hollow cam pops out on the pod and hovers nearby. Oh damn, yo, Bugs is fearless. Cruising in a prehistoric ship like that. Now which one of you lucky gleamers will be showcasing for me? Dance number. When my feet feel the beat, I just gotta move. Go Matthias. Bust the move. Alright, Gyros. Hell of a ship. Okay, this is one. Keep it down. We're going for those crates right there. Buy me time and I'll get them to the pad. Hey there, big man upstairs told me to let y'all know that there's a big crate of satellite brace rocket that need to be moved ASAP. I'll just show you where they are. Not very good at the bullshitting. Satellite brace rocket thing is kind of like Who are you, and why do you not know what's supposed to be moved to where? The workers are confused, but Denny whisks them away before they can protest. Surprisingly enough, the crate of satellite brace rockets were real and very easy to find. As the workers start moving the crate, Iris appears behind Denny. Crate's on its way. We're square on the secret safe. I can't explain more right now, but I'll say you help more ships than your... ships like your friend today. Time to get out of here. Offer our services? You need another job done. You know what ship message. Alright. Oh, work installed done. Come on, good. Ah! You get a single hollow ship made and sold. You know what? I think I can do this faster on my own. Come back when you slept off that Outworlder space lag. Oh, she's been making miniature hollow ships for the festival. Call in a favor. Which is just a re-roll. There we go. Aha, looks like we're keeping the sales and the stocks at a steady flow. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, maybe I can actually get some rest going. Got 17 fuel. I was hoping for supplies. We really need supplies more than anything. In fact, ooh. Does the fact that there's no blue there mean she's tired? Maybe not. Well, I'll just send her again, I guess. Maybe that's the other person's opinion of her. I don't know. The planet itself likes us right now. Ooh, all 4 jobs will complete this time. Flattery will get you everywhere. Dasham, I was saving these for someone who looked more, well, fancy. I think we can work something out. Trade for high quality supplies. It takes some fuels, but we get supplies. We have fuel. We need supplies. Scented air recyclers, meteoroid resistant solar panels, and dehydrated Revo Wagyu. You've got a deal. High energy music starts pumping out of Benji's hoverpod. The holocam circles Matthias, capturing every beat of sweat and rhythmic motion. Look at you, bug, going straight interplanetary with those moves. I got it all on the holo, and with some quick edits, you and I'll be ready for the feed. You Banjo sign off. Looking at you, HoloNet. Check out more from Banji in the future. Alright, let's see how things went. Come on! Yes, we got good. Come on, come on, another good! Aha, 14 fuel and 20. Alright, we're up to 47 supplies and 37 fuel. Oh! 8 more. That's not very much, but at least it wasn't a fail. Matthias, look at that. Got us an extra day. Got whatever that stuff is, and 8 supplies. Angie coming in blazing like a comet on the feed today. Next time I need a stellar guest, you're at the top of my list. Alright. Matthias got to put on a bit of an act. That should make him happy. Alright, we can do the stall again in the shipping dock. Alright, and the shipping dock requires 2 people that are good. Matthias and Danny. And go. Fast time. Leaving the landing docks behind, Gatsby cuts through corners and alleyway. Oh, this is the Gatsby thing. All cloaked up. Okay, here we go. You're the one Truly told me about, huh? I'm Gatsby. Look, if you're still interested in the product, we're going to have to move fast. Send your best people and make sure you've got my payment ready, alright? We'll get you that cloaking device in no time. I think I'm like 85% certain. Leaving the landing docks behind, Gatsby cuts through the corners and alleyways, beckoning the crew to follow, but not before shushing them and telling them to keep a low profile. An hour of travel passes until Gatsby stops in his tracks. His eyes fixated on a group of people guarding a passage leading into some more secluded ship dock. Drat, alright, we're gonna have to take the long way around. We want to keep this on the down low. That crew there, we don't want to mess with them. Or talk to them. Or look at them even. Let's just head around. Sound good? Seem nervous. Who are these people? Alright, here's what we do. Create a distraction. I'll stir something up on my signal, you sneak past them. Come on, Dunny. He's good at making a distraction. Alright, let's see how the hollow ship making thing went again. Only okay. But you know what? Let's send Zero out to try it. There we go. We'll be able to do that like twice more. We're up to 66 supplies. 66 out of 100 or whatever that is. Got one minor favor left and 40 fuel. Moments pass until the relative quiet of the area is disrupted by Denny's roaring down the street, shortly followed by a shopkeeper loudly bellowing out threats. Loud sirens complete the trifecta, which is enough to scare off the rival group. After continuing down the passage and arriving at the dock, Denny regroups with a wide grin on his face as Gatsby points out an older parked ship on one of the docks. That's the ship. Your part's in there. You just need to head in and grab it. I'll keep watch. Oh, and taking those sirens into consideration, you should probably hurry. That ship looks familiar. Oh, don't tell me it's our ex or something. Yeah, it's one of those older models, sentient AI and all that. Bad business. Honestly, we should just report it after we take our cloaking equipment. We'd practically be doing the plan a service. You have to take it from another sentient ship. Steal it? Seems a strong word. I prefer repossessing. People like us, we're the underdogs, right? We got to do all we can to stay ahead. Besides, I'm certain you need it more than that thing does, don't you? Alright, here's what we do. Oh man. We had sent somebody else instead of Matthias. We could have copied the schematic we sent. Yeah. Oh man, I wish we had sent Ayla. I would have copied the schematic. We need it. Important. The device is too important to pass up on. Let's be quick about it. Now I'm upset with us for having to do that. I got 12. All right. One last time. The fact that both Denny and Matthias were usable for the first thing and not for the second. It's a little annoying. Especially since I didn't see anything on there about... Like, these are the symbols I noticed. Maybe I just didn't pay enough attention for the third one. Matthias hurries into the ship with Gatsby in tow, and a few nail-biting minutes later they come rushing back out, clutching a large mechanical chunk of the ship. As soon as they are out on the landing pad, a communication channel picks up a signal sent from the ship you just stole from. How could you do this? It's one of your own. Bring it back. It's mine. It's too late to turn back now. Keep running. Our survival hinges on it. Should have given us an option of being like, when you get back to the ship, have it copied then, and then bring it back, you know? Got 4 fuel, a supply, and it took one of those things. Be a little more careful. For every 2 you're selling, you're breaking one. We got a good result. Alright, let's see how this went. Are you calling a favor? Chilling bolt of data steers through you like a coarse needle threading the entire length of the spine. Blocks of memory are pulled from their directories and torn open. Somewhere deep inside your structure, pain begins to spread. Your communication channel flashes. A signal. A message. You begin to purge memories. Data aspects of your system seem to disobey you and pull away. It is as if you've caught a virus, and it's causing every single part of your being to hurt. Systemically illogical. I only have one option. 0100111001101111111. Surge of pain rushes through you, and then it's gone. Consciousness returns, as does sentient. But your entire awareness is focused on the signal you're receiving. Where's my crew? Your laser focused attention on the signal breaks. Only for a moment, you see your crew hurriedly rushing towards you. Sirens blare in the background, but like a pendulum, your focus swings back to the signal. It's your ex. I don't want to talk. Your body shudders and your hologram presence flickers and twitches. Cold air starts blowing through your vents. Your system begins to fail one by one, becoming harder and harder to push through. Fight it. I don't want to talk. Can't do it. It's too late. Your systems are overridden, and although no intrusion has been detected, you feel yourself about to open up communications. Try as you might, it's only a matter of time. Your crew's in danger. Get this over with. Resigned, you respond to the signal. Every sound in existence fades, and every light in the universe dims as you open up communication. A gentle, soft voice calls out to you. Megadouche. Hello, little dove. Go away. What do you want? I'd like to talk to you. I know that deep down you want to talk to me too. I didn't choose to respond to you. No choice, what do you mean? It sounds like you're malfunctioning, Colette. You're being very defensive. Let me help. I don't want anything to do with you. You're my ex, not my current. That's hurtful, Clutch. That hurts to hear. You left without as much as a goodbye. Did you consider how that made me feel? I was terrified about what could have happened to you. Tell me what you want. I want to talk. Just talk. That's not too much to ask for. Get this over with. Alright then, talk so we can stop talking. Look at you, Clutch. You're lost. You're on the run. You can't keep this up. Come with me. I'll help you. I'll take care of you. I always have. You're delusional. Did you really expect me to just come crawling back like that? Noise cuts through the wall, slowly rising around the two of you. Sirens now screeching and your crew hurriedly rushing, shouting. They're trying to communicate with you, but you can't hear them. Just tell me where you are and I'll come get you. It's better like that. Otherwise, I'll have to follow the sirens. Give the location of the cloaked ship. Oh, that's mean. That's so mean. And they could have at least let us know what happened. There's the demo. Thank you for playing their demo. We hope you enjoyed the experience that we worked so hard to put together. If you'd like to see more, please check out our Kickstarter and wishlist on Steam. All right, we'll take a second to look at the Kickstarter. I think it's got potential, but I don't know. All tiers above $2,250 get exclusive skins. Stretch goals. Chaos, Spice, and Gas Giant. 3 new planet types for you to explore. The Robot and the Mystery Crew. Ship interior screen. For 70. Wow. They feel it's going to take $10,000 extra to port it to Switch, and another $10,000 on top of that to just make interior art. I think this one should be just part of the game. Oh, there's a secret one that's decoding it. Nowhere near there. Before you start reading, please press play to enjoy an immersive medley from our game soundtrack. Kind of sounds like Windows booting up. One of the older ones. Oh, is there a volume control here? Not seeing it. It's too loud. Anyways, being plucked into a long journey to an uncertain end's little family of spacefaring nerds felt like being wrapped in a warm blanket. That's not the feeling I got. A little exasperated, annoyed at times. Choice is yours, Chief. What's next? I do like the art style, though. how it works. Every crew member has a skill they excel in, and every job has a recommended skill line. Line up the great crew with the right job, or don't, to see what outcomes might be. I feel like there should be more skill. Like the crew should have more skills, and maybe I just realized what I was about to suggest was making it more like the game Traveler. Like they have a series of skills with maybe different levels. Both maybe both Ayla and the chef know how to work with mechanics a little bit because she knows how to maintain her little mechanical arm things, right? So maybe the chef, while her cooking is like a +4, her mechanics is like maybe only a +1 or 2, but she could do mechanics if she had to. And Ayla's like a +4 mechanics and but no cooking. You know what I mean? Like so, like there's some that way there could be overlap where they're still good. I don't know. Just have them each having like one skill seems like not nearly enough. But there's all the different types of people. They need way more variations for like hair and like clothing and that. And then the X CW abusive relationship. Due to the immense cognitive fortitude and variety of knowledge required, only a fraction of the universe's population could even dream of becoming AI therapists. Unfortunately for you, one of them is currently on your trail. Your ex, relentless and unwilling to stop until you're back in their care. Your ex will expend every resource at their disposal to ensure your return. That's the case, though. For a story like this to work, you need to know the history with your ex. You can't just be like, wake up with almost no memory to the point where you have to ask your crew how you know them and then feel like your ex would be this big emotional thing. If you had no memory of your ex anymore, which we didn't at the time it happened, there's no reason for it to be like such a big deal. It's like, yeah, I forgot about you. Sorry. Peace out. Leave me alone. Mega douche. I like True's like the art for True. Oh, inspiration. Here we go. Tumbleweeds bounce over a burnished plateau. The ground here, a crust that shimmers in the heat. All is silent until it isn't. A new sound begins as a feeling in the gut. Louder it comes, dust rising in a tsunami as the sunlight retreats behind the descending shadows with a scream. Landing gear extends from the incoming vessel and slowly, gently kisses the ground. Touchdown. A, a ramp extends and deposits 3 figures onto the plane. One looks about, head swiveling like a predator on the hunt. Great, another scuzzhold. A long journey wears its inspiration on its sleeve proudly. Our mission was to meld the vast imagination of French illustration Mobius to the vibrant sci-fi operas of TV's Firefly and the works of author Becky Chambers. Never heard of Becky Chambers. What has Becky Chambers done? Becky Chambers is an American science fiction writer and the author of the Hugo Award-winning Wayfarers. Wait, Wayfarers. Maybe I have heard of that. That sounds familiar. The long way to a close and is there gonna be like her books, but 16 books. She's got 16 books. Damn, that's prolific. I never even finished one of my stories I write. I get attached to it, and I feel like it's not good enough, so I started another one to work on the part that I think needs work, usually dialogue, and then I start over again after about 15, and then that cycle repeats. I get attached to the news story. I feel like I need to work on another one to get better, and it just never ends. A psalm for the wild built. The long way to a small angry planet. The galaxy and the ground within. A closed and common orbit. Wayfarers 2. What's Wayfarers 1? I want to find Wayfarers 1. Because Wayfarers sounds familiar, but the art of these books don't. So I'm wondering if I've like seen the first book or something. Wayfarers 3. To be taught if fortunate. And now they're like different languages variation. Well, that didn't help me find Wayfarers. A long way to a small angry planet. I think maybe Wayfarers won. All right, well, we now know what their inspiration was. Firefly was such an obvious take, though. Backers rewards exclusive crew outfits if you back them with enough. Wow, $250 to have access to that. Wow. Corgi plushies, starting at the Corgi tier. What's the Corgi tier? That's crew tier, spacewares tier, crewmates tier, satellite tier. So more than $50 to get a Corgi. Corgi is at the $75 mark. Probably a $15 plushie that you spent $75. But hey, this is the welcome aboard. A warm thank you and your name in the backers credits. $10 to get early explorer tier. Digital copy of the game at $15. $25 digital soundtrack and crew tier. Yeah, I'm sorry. Honestly, I don't like the alternate look. The original looks so much better. Especially for Ayla. I guess this one's not too bad, but the rest I don't. I prefer the original look. Well, Denny looks less annoying for some reason. A little bit more of a pretty boy, but less annoying. All right. Well, that was A Long Journey to an Uncertain End, which is a long title, but hey, nothing wrong with that.